guys, welcome back to today's vlog. So this vlog is just going to be a week in my life. I'm starting this out kind of getting ready after I went on a really long walk on Sunday morning. Just going through some of my routine, my skincare routine, and then I did some organizing and I finally hung up frames in my house, finally. And then I'm just going to be doing probably a lot of reading this week and just taking you guys along as I go through my life. I hope you all enjoy it. I just wanted to hop on here and introduce the vlog before we get started. So I'm wanting to finally add some pictures to our house. The thing is, I can't decide if I want frames over the bed or over the dresser, which you guys are sitting on, but I have these two pictures from some art fairs that I went to, like back in Burbank, over the summer. And I have this sunflower print. I can't remember who it's from. I'll write the name on the screen if I can remember. And then I went to Lexington back home in August and I got this print of the Sunshine Grow Shop, which is a local flower store that I would always go to with my mom every summer. And every fall we would get our mums from the Sunshine Grow Shop. I saw this and literally like freaked out because like these are the kind of like cherished pieces. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. These are the kinds of cherished pieces that I want to bring to my house here in California from back home. But I just think this is absolutely beautiful and I love it. But I don't know if these size prints are gonna look good on my wall. Like, what do we think? I can't tell if they're too small. I'm gonna have to wait for John to get home and have him hold them up, I guess, so that I can see them. As you can tell, I washed my hair. I did an everything shower earlier, washed my hair, exfoliated, did everything. I feel so clean and I'm so ready to start the week. The only thing I really want to do is my nails. They're just breaking a lot. They've gotten too long. I need to file them down. I don't wear nail polish. And I used to, for about a year, do my own like gel manicures. And I liked doing it, but it took, why am I talking so weird? It took so much time to do that like I just stopped doing it. And especially now with commuting the way that I have to for work, I just don't have time to keep up with it, and I just don't really like it. I like clean, bare nails, so that's really the only thing I need to do today. The only other things that I really want to do is I need to send some information over to my dad for my taxes. And I needed to create my February budget. January was so absolutely incredibly insane. Mine and John's family were just going through it this month, and then the wildfires, and there's some different things going on with his career and my future career that, like, everything was just absolutely out of this world insane. I literally did not get a day off the entirety of no, I think I got one day off the entirety of January that was relaxing and calm, and there weren't fires, or there, well, maybe not. But I didn't start my February budget yet, so I want to catch up on that and get it set up and update like what I've already purchased this month, just so I can stay on track of everything. But we're gonna try and have a productive Sunday, because yesterday it was pretty productive, but we're gonna have a more productive Sunday. I also this morning went on a little bit over a 2-mile walk, which was really, really nice. It took me just a little bit over 40 minutes to do, but I've been getting back into working out and things like that, because January just kicked my butt to the point I was too tired to stay on top of it. I got some workouts in, but man, oh man, I was tired. I'm not going to show you my budget because that's private information. So I'm just going to start working on that. I could probably take this out though and put in some leave-in conditioner. Super clean. I'm just like clicking away, erasing, because what I do is my boyfriend John made a template for me on Google, like their version of Excel, Google Sheets, and I just literally like duplicate every month, erase the transactions that I put in there, and refill everything out like with my budget and whatnot. Okay, this is probably going to be a little bit boring watching me just like stare at a computer, so I will talk to you guys in my next clip. So I've pretty much decided to air dry my hair, so my hair and myself is just gonna look a little bit crazy this vlog, I guess. But I finally picked prints to go on this wall over here above our couch. Finally, we've been in this house since July, and granted, we had to like get a furniture set before, you know, we hung anything on the walls, and then we've had that furniture set, and I still haven't done this. But I'm gonna put the pictures in the frames. I got these frames from Michael's on a really good deal. I got 16 by 20 frames, and the mat fits an 8 by 10 print, because I bought the prints as 8 by 10, but I should have bought them as 11 by 14. But I got them off of Etsy from small businesses, and I wasn't going to try and argue like refunding them and like, not refunding them, but like exchanging them. That's the word I was looking for. Exchanging them and getting bigger sizes, because I used to sell on Etsy and that was always a little bit of a headache. But I also think I would like having like bigger mats. Sometimes I feel like it gives it a cleaner finish. But let me show you guys the prints. One of them I got as a digital download, and that one was of the Grand Tetons, because John used to live in Idaho for a couple years for college. So that was something that was important to him. these are prints that I wanted to be important to us individually in our relationship. So that's kind of what I base them off of. So one of them is the Grand Tetons. I can't decide if I want to print them off my printer or if I want to print like a nicer quality one from Walgreens. So one of them is going to be empty because I haven't decided on what to do with that yet. But this one is from, does it have the, so it does have the artist. It's from nedphoto.com. But I mean, I got it off of Etsy. I want to say it's Deep South Prints that I got them from. But this is one of the prints. It's of a really, really famous farm in Lexington that I just love. It's from Manchester Farm. I painted this back in high school too. So this is just a very important print to me. And then it also came with a certificate, which I thought was really cool, that had like the artist names and things like that. He accidentally sent me the wrong dimensioned one. So I wanted an 8x10, but I initially got a 10x8. And he was very, very kind and sent me the one that I had initially wanted, because I did let him know, like, it's not gonna work in the space I intended it for. Like, I felt so bad reaching out to him about it, but you know, when you're paying for something, it's good to get the product that you wanted. But he was nice enough to let me know that I didn't have to send him back this print. Whoops, I kicked the table. It's the same print, it's just a different, like, different dimensions of it. I don't know why I'm struggling with words today. I think I'm going to hang this one up as the third print in my bedroom though, like over our bed or over our dresser. I haven't decided, but I think I'm still gonna put this one to use because I do love it so much. And then the next one is from, does it say? Yeah, Shannon Howard. She's a photographer here in California, and she does a lot of photography for Lake Arrowhead. So John and I ended up deciding to get, one of the ferry boat prints from her, because our first vacation here in California was to Lake Arrowhead, which was so much fun, and we've been back twice and we absolutely love Lake Arrowhead. So when I found her prints, I also thought like it was perfect to get her stuff as well. She also has like a card, and I think it's really cool because she lists off like some of the businesses that her artwork's in. So she has West Elm, Pottery Barn Teen, the Napa Valley Grill, Westwood, Los Angeles, the Grape and Grain, Swirl on Castro, Bust Magazine. Like, I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. But I'm gonna frame those so that when John gets home, we can start hanging them. I think I do actually really like the bigger mat with it. I think it just kind of gives it a uniquely clean finish. Oh yeah, oh wow. I think the glass is just dirty on these, and I just need to eventually clean it because there's like spots on this one too. I'm just not in the mood to do that right now, but there's the Manchester Farm print. Something I'm really trying to decide on is what to do with some of my other prints, and they're more of like my bookish prints, I guess. So I have this one of Valaris, which I am ungodly amounts obsessed with. And then my absolute favorite artist, Cricket Press. They are from Lexington, Kentucky. I have 2 of their bookish prints. So this one, and then I actually have another one hanging in my entryway hallway, which I want to move that because I just kind of want like a bookish collection of prints, like all together. But I don't know where I want to put them because I want to put them over by my bookcase, but I'm worried that's going to look way too cluttered. So I don't know where in the house I want to put them. I think I'm going to put them in the office because our office is pretty bare, but I honestly don't know what I want to do with it. And our house is small enough to where I'm starting to think that our office is just going to end up kind of like a catch-all space. So I really don't know what to do. So I've started reading Not in Love by Hazelwood, and I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up this book, but my mom ended up picking up this book. This is her first Hazelwood book, and I kept trying to warn her about it because I have heard this one specifically has way more smut in it than like all of her other books. And as you can tell, I love Hazelwood. She's one of my favorite authors ever. The Love Hypothesis is one of my favorite romance books ever, and I was trying to get my mom to read that, but she ended up really liking this. And it wasn't only for the smut. The characters still have a lot of depth, and there is still a really interesting plot line to this, because I felt like Bride and I felt like the one about chess, I can't remember what it's called, I just did not like those like at all. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the plot lines. I want to try and reread them because I could have been in a reading slump during them. I honestly like can't remember at this point if I was in a reading slump because I read them so long ago. But I want to give those a shot again. But this is definitely really good. I'm over 50% of the way into it. I really like both the characters. I do agree that they do have a lot of emotional depth. So I'm 66% of the way through. I'm on page 247. But she does have a warning at the beginning about trigger warnings with some of the topics that the characters discuss. And then just overall with the amount of like smut that's in it compared to her other books. Like it's just a little bit like different from what she normally writes. But I'm really, really enjoying it. I definitely recommend it so far. I'm going to keep reading it, and this is probably the book that I'm going to be reading the majority of the week. Since I am close to being done, I have about like 3-ish hours left in the book, a little bit under, so I might end up finishing it, and I might pick up something else in this video. I don't know yet, but I'm really enjoying it right now. I will keep you guys updated as I keep reading it. I wanted to show you guys something that I made yesterday that I am so excited about and so proud of. Are you kidding me? I don't know how I made this. I'm obsessed with it. Like the bows, the color, everything. Like, are you kidding me? I love it. Obsessed. This quote hits home. I don't know if you can read it, so I'll read it to you. You never try to be anything but what you are. We stopped by his vehicle. I think people are puzzled and intimidated and generally unsure of what to do with you. And that's why I post videos on the internet. So I am here sitting on my couch watching the Super Bowl. I am not for either team, and quite frankly I have not watched professional football this entire season. I also am never that interested in halftime shows. I don't even know. Have I missed the halftime show? I don't think so. It's not telling me. What is it doing? I'm waiting for the, there we go. Okay, we're in the second quarter. We have 7 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second quarter, so I just made it in time to watch the halftime show. I don't even remember the last time I watched a halftime show for the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read my book. I'm gonna watch the commercials and the halftime show. Y'all, the Eagles just intercepted the ball and scored a touchdown. I couldn't even tell you who I would be rooting for. Like, I have kind of been thinking the Eagles, and I'm not saying that because they just scored they just did an interception and scored a touchdown. I'm not saying that. But it's in my gut that I am like, okay, yeah, fine, I'll root for the Eagles. But I know Taylor Swift and like Travis Kelce are on the Chiefs and whatnot, like, but I don't even know who I would root for. Guys, I figured out why I'm for the Eagles, and let's take a quick guess. I have this. I have this. I have this. And then my iPad is also green. Pillows in my house are green. My bedroom pillows are green. My guest bedroom comforter is green gingham. And I was really wondering why I was for the Eagles. Was I in this sweatshirt yesterday? Yes. Will I be in this sweatshirt tomorrow? Yes. Will I be in this sweatshirt the rest of this video? Probably. But we're not going to talk about it. You know how there's like emotional support water bottles? I feel like I have emotional support sweatshirts. And I literally think about how in California, it's like 110 degrees in the summers. Hopefully we won't have that extreme of a summer this upcoming summer. Hopefully. Hopefully. But I live in them because, like, during the winter, because I only get a shorter amount of time to wear them. I guess living in Kentucky, I mean, it's not too much different. Spring starts earlier here and winter starts later here, but I don't know. I wear them relentlessly. So, if I am literally in the same shirt every single time I turn on this camera, we are going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that. But as you guys saw in my last clips, I went to a local bookstore and grabbed some books. I was looking for Red Queen by Victoria Avard because the bookstore that I went to, they carry used books. I was hoping to get it a little bit cheaper on like going there instead of going to Barnes & Noble. I still have those gift cards from Christmas that I need to use up. So I'm probably just gonna go to Barnes & Noble and get a gift card for it. It's just that book's been out for a while, so I was really hoping somebody had like sold it by then. But I didn't find one, like a copy of it. But it's also kind of a popular book, so it might be like kind of flying off the shelves there because it is like a local business to the area. But anyways, that was a ramble. Book prices have been going up, and I have been utilizing my Libby app like crazy. I just in general am really enjoying reading on my Kindle because I can like sit more comfortably or like lay down, definitely lay down more comfortably. And I also like turning off the lights before I go to bed and I'm reading, and like the screen's lit, like the book's lit up because it's on a Kindle tablet. I could always use a like book light, but it's still not always comfortable to lay down with a book, if you get what I mean. But I've been using my Libby app more often for books that I'm like on the fence about whether or not I'll like, because books have gotten really like even paperback books have gotten expensive. Like I want to say, because I've been looking at picking up Red Queen for, is that what it's called? Why am I second guessing myself right now? Yeah, Red Queen. I've been thinking about picking up Red Queen for at least a year now, and I want to say it's like changed price at least 2 times since I've been looking at it. I don't remember its current price at Barnes & Noble, but I want to say it's like jumped up $2 to $3 since I've started looking at it. So prices of books are going up. It's wild, y'all. But I wanted to show you guys the 2 books that I got. So the first one that I got was Little Women. I've been looking for a copy of it that I really, really liked, like the cover of it that I really liked. I do kind of wish this was a hardcover, but I loved the artwork so much. And I saw it in the window. I literally walked in and was like, mine. But I have not read Little Women before. I tried to when I was younger and I just didn't get into it at the time. But this is one of my favorite movies. It's a comfort movie to me. I love it. But one of my goals this year is to read at least 4 classics. And Little Women is one of those on the list. So I definitely want to get into reading this soon. So I was really excited about this because, I mean, there's so many pretty copies of Little Women. We've all seen them. But this one, I felt like this artwork was very, like, it just spoke to me. It's very much me. Like, very, very much me. And then I got Loath to Love You by Hazelwood. It's her 3 novellas and just the feminist novels that she writes. I love Hazelwood. I mean, I'm about to be done with the book that I'm working on right now. Why am I blanking on what it's called? It is 9 o'clock on a Monday night, and I had a long day at work. So I am like really, really blanking. I am struggling tonight. Not in Love. So I'm reading Not in Love by Hazelwood right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm not finished with it yet, but I will give you guys a review when I'm done. I'm probably going to be done with it tomorrow. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. It's going to be my day off, and I have a lot going on. So I don't know if I'll get the review in tomorrow or what. I guess it doesn't really matter, though, because it's literally just going to be like a clip or 2 away from this one for you guys. But anyways, I read these 2 years ago, maybe. I have it somewhere on my Goodreads that I read them, so like I could look up when I did, but I can't remember. I want to say it's been at least 2 years though. I enjoyed them. I read them on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know if they're on Kindle Unlimited anymore. Where did I buy them? I think I actually purchased them on Kindle because she hadn't released the paperback yet. I think they were Kindle only. I don't think I paid for them though, because I almost never pay for a Kindle book. I either get them on Kindle Unlimited or I get them on my Libby app because like Kindle books are expensive. They're pricey. Granted, I mean, I'm basing that off of what I remembered them being when I was like a child in 2012, so that's not a reliable source. But to me, like, they're kind of expensive just for digital books, especially since I like collecting them, as you can tell. But I've been looking for a used copy of the published version of all three of these together since I've read it, because I just really enjoyed them. And I didn't want to pay full price for like a book that like I've read before. And generally that's what I do. If I've read a book on my Kindle or through my Libby app that I really enjoyed and I know that I want it to be a part of my collection, I'll just like scour my local used bookstores and thrift stores and like wait it out and try and find it. So I mean, it took me a long time to find this copy, a long time to find this copy. And I finally found one, but like, y'all, this book is not red. It's not red. There's not like a crease line, there's no creases. Like, look at those pages. This book has not been read. And I wanted to freak out because I was like, this is literally Target, Barnes & Noble level, kind of nice. But I'm very happy that I got this. Finally, I can put it as part of my Hazelwood collection. I now literally have every single one of her books, other than the one I'm reading right now and the one that literally just came out Tuesday, Deep End, just because I haven't bought them yet. I don't know with the book I'm reading now if I'm just going to use my gift card and buy it from Barnes & Noble, because I really don't know when that book is actually going to be hitting like used bookshelf store. Like, what am I saying? I don't know when those books are going to hit the shelves of used bookstores. So I've been thinking about just kind of grabbing it with the gift card that I have. I didn't really want to do that with it though, because I wanted to use those to buy books on my TBR that I've been wanting to read for a while. But I literally have her whole collection. Like, Hazelwood is one of my favorite authors. I don't like her most recent books as much as I like Loath to Love You, The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, and then Love Theoretically. I forgot the other two, but I really like those books the best out of everything she's released. But yeah, this is turning into like an Hazelwood video, unintentionally. I will say though, I don't know what book I want to read next, because a part of me wants to read Deep End by Hazelwood, but I'm also just like, that would be a lot of smut back to back, and I don't think I want to do that, but I also don't know if I'm in the mood for a fantasy. So right now on my list to buy at Barnes & Noble, I don't know if I'll make it there tomorrow. Hopefully I will. I'll be on that end of town. But on my list I have The Red Queen. I got it on Libby, and I've been waiting for it to like be available for me for a while, but then I got into the Magnolia Parks universe in the month of January. I've already read that, but I reread Daisy Hates and Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. Yeah, The Great Undoing is that. I have read so many books at this point. I think about books so much. I listen to books, like book content all the time, that I just like all the book titles are jumbled in my head like all the time. But I just like devoured those in the month of January, and it's kind of funny because like I rated those like 3 stars when I first read them, and I think it's because there was just so much going on. It's the same time, so like Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates occur at the same timeline. So there's indication, but like there's different characters telling the story. So like there's different like things going on, and like 1 second you're like, oh yeah, I remember Magnolia talking about that, like that kind of stuff. And it got confusing, and there's just a lot of characters. And now that I kind of know what happens, I forgot a lot, but I knew what happened and I knew the characters. 5 stars for both books. I loved them. And I think I like Daisy Hates more than I like Magnolia Parks. I know. But that last Magnolia Parks book, wow. Anyways, besides the point, wow, that was a tangent just to let you guys know that, like, the Red Queen had been available to me and then I just kept delaying the hold. And now I'm just like, okay, if I'm going to read it, I'm just going to buy the paperback. So I might pick up that. The rom-commers, I can't remember the author. Catherine Center, I'm pretty sure, wrote the rom-commers. My mom read that. She loved it. Loved it. And I've been looking into reading it, so I think I'm going to just go ahead and pick that one up. Sometimes you can find it at used bookstores, though, but I have gift cards. I need to use the gift cards because I want to hold on to the gift cards because I'm like, oh my god, they're gifts. Like, I won't always be able to, like, have free money for, like, books. Yes, I will. Everybody in my life knows how much I love reading. They all know. It's like one of my main personality traits. Like, I will get another Barnes & Noble gift card because I will ask for another Barnes & Noble gift card for my birthday, for holidays, whatever. So I just need to spend the dang things. And then on the list I also have Deep End. So those are the 3 I'm going to be going in for if I end up going tomorrow or just honestly sometime this week. I'll have free time after tomorrow to be able to go to Barnes & Noble too. I will always make time for Barnes & Noble. I love that place. But that was literally a 13-minute long ramble. Editing Allison is going to hate me for this. She is. I know she is. So I am going to get ready for bed. I'm going to enjoy my night tonight since I have Tuesday off. Like I said, I have a lot going on tomorrow, which kind of sucks because I do like using my days off to just enjoy, like, myself. But I also have a lot of things that I'm planning on changing with my life in the coming year, so I really need to make time. I really need to make time for that, so yeah. I'm gonna stop talking. This is a 14-minute long clip. Look! We finally hung up photos. Finally, we have been in this house since July. It's now February. And we finally have photos on the wall. But I love my living room now. I think it looks so cozy and so cohesive. Like, let me just give you an overview. I'm so happy with it. So our mantle, the couches, the bookcase, like, are you kidding me? This is perfect. And then John got me these roses for Valentine's Day and I love them. I love the colors of them. But oh my god, I'm obsessed. So I woke up literally an hour ago and I'm still in my pajamas, but I wanted to end off this vlog before I start my next one today. So I wanted to end that with a review of Not in Love by Hazelwood. I ended up finishing this at the beginning of the week, I want to say. And the week was just really hectic. So I didn't get around to filming my review until today. But I did really enjoy this. I think I'm going to end up giving it a 3 stars. So my biggest complaint about the book is the amount of smut in it. It wasn't bad smut. It was well written. If you are looking for closed-door romances, this is not for you. This one is not for you at all. But I felt like to some extent it took away from some of the deeper conversations that the 2 main characters were having. because I definitely feel like these two characters had the most depth out of all of Ali Hazelwood's characters. Their backgrounds and their trauma responses to the things that happen in their backgrounds just was a deeper level of writing for characters that she hasn't met yet. It was way less of a rom-com and more of just something deeper. And she even like says in the beginning of the book, like, this is not my normal rom-com-y thing. Like, this has much deeper meaning. Like, she put a trigger warning at the beginning. So I recommend reading that before you start reading this book. But I felt like there were times the characters were having meaningful conversations, and then just kind of out of nowhere, they would just start doing things together, which is fine. I think I would have liked this book to be a little bit longer, honestly, so we could have gotten more of the intimate and really deep conversations and then the other intimate scenes as well. I kind of felt like things were rushed at times just to like pack it into a reasonably sized romance book, because I mean, I think we can all agree that like once a romance book goes on over like 425 pages, like it's too long sometimes, depending on the romance book though. But I felt like it could have hit the point where it got to like 425, 450, and it would have been okay. The other thing that I'm docking points on, I really liked the setting of the book and the conflict within the book, but I don't understand that industry very well. And that's what kind of took me out of enjoying some of the like conflict that was in it. I felt like some of her other books, like the conflict that was created because of the characters' jobs and the science aspect of it, it never was the biggest piece of the plot, but this conflict was a pretty prevalent, like the conflict within the workplace was very prevalent to the motivations of the characters, that I felt like I kind of needed to know about what was going on, and I just like am not financially business minded at all like that. I'm holding my camera lens. I am just not in that headspace, and I didn't understand some of their investigations and things like that. Like, I just did not care for that stuff. So when those conversations were being had, I just it went straight over my head. And a lot of the, like, I want to call them sub characters, but I feel like that's the wrong term and I can't think of it, but side characters. I feel like some of the side characters were the most prevalent in those parts of the storyline, so I didn't really like reading about them because I have something in my eye. Because they were a part of the story that just like didn't make sense to me, and I just didn't like. So it got a little bit of a lower rating because of that. When I first got into the story, I was loving it. It was really good, but there were pieces of it that just didn't click with me personally. It's definitely something I recommend if you are not looking for a closed door romance. And be sure to read the trigger warnings. Those are important, but I would definitely recommend this. So now I would like to end off the video. I will see you guys in my next vlog. I am literally going to be starting a new vlog when I turn off the camera. So I will see you guys in my next video. Be sure to subscribe so you stay up to date when I upload. Be sure to like this video if you like the video, and I will see you guys in my next vlog.